FlightBoss, bitch, and I wanted to drop I wanted to drop some knowledge real quick, you know, for sure. Oh, grams, flights, air. It's the mind of Antares moon, and you know what I'm saying? I'm finna call this shit little shit, astrology secrets. Because, you know, one thing I notice is, a lot of people don't even be knowing what's really going on. Like, I'm talking about astrologer-wise, like, and maybe they do. Maybe just the people I come across, they just don't give off all their science. And anyway, and I'm always a firm believer in, if you got any knowledge that really can help people, you really need to share that, and keeping it to yourself for your own self purposes and motives is always putting yourself on the negative side of energy. So I always want to exude my energy in a positive, and any type of receive I get is in the most right pathway as possible. So check this out, man. I got some shit right here that I'm finna start this little series called Astrology Secrets, where I just drop a couple videos too. I'm still gonna do everything else I do, but I'm just gonna drop a few videos with a couple minutes explaining quick secrets you can really do that you can understand. Now this first secret right here is your sun sign, but not directly your sun sign, because you could be a sun sign something, but if you in like the first 10, within the first 10 degrees, then the sun sign will be in the house before it, the house placement before it. So your sun could be Sagittarius, but when you go in your houses, it could be in the Scorpio house. If it's in through 0 through 10 degrees Sagittarius, when you go look at your house placements, your sun may be in the Scorpio house. Okay, the sign before it. Okay, now that we know this, reason why I'm saying this is because this is a little secret. Now, if you ever wanted to do something, or you really had like a talent for something, but you didn't understand why the door is not opening for it, or this, that, and the third, and you like, man, I want to do this, but I don't even want to do it because it's so hard to do it, man. I got to do this, I got to do that. Check this out. Everything is easy within your chart, and this is the first astrologer secret right here. And I will hope that a lot of other astrologers know shit like this, but if they don't, that's why you got the little Pilot Man on Earth. Now check me out, and I don't touch the ground. But check this out. This is an astrology secret right here. Alright, your sun sign, the sun house placement. Not your actual sun sign, but the sun house placement. Like I just explained how your sun can be in a different house placement than your actual sign. Now, your sun house placement, wherever that's at, what's the sun? Sun is vitality. It shines. It's the shining light. It's your consciousness, which you are consciously aware of, and your innate awareness of action. Your most natural way how you act. Your actions, the way you act. If the whole earth was a movie scene, and you got people who write the dialogue, you got people who you might got people who put up production, you might got people who do all this. The sun, if the sun was each like a people like the moon and all this, like the moon might be the person who set up the backdrops and stuff, and the illusions and the graphics and stuff, and the sun is going to be the actors. So that's an analogy I can get into. Okay, but look, the sun house placement. Now, wherever your sun at, that's where you're going to shine the brightest at. That's where you're going to have the most natural ability to observe that energy at. So, for example, if your sun is in the 9th house, say your sun is in the 9th house, right? So what's the 9th house? The 9th house is, first of all, you should know the houses. So what's the 9th house? The 9th house is wisdom, the spiritual house, the higher learning house, you know what I'm saying, the presentation house, the gift house, the higher thought house. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of teaching go into this house. So if your sun is in the 9th house, then you naturally shine that teaching. It can be little things, but you always got knowledge or wisdom upon something that you can give off to someone else. This is what you naturally shine at. So say you wanted to get a job. You want to start a routine. You want to do something, which that has to do with the 6th house. And you don't understand why you can't get a job or something like that. Well, in this case right now, that's dealing with the 6th house. What you need to do is shine some light on that. So if your sun is in the 9th house, this is the way you need to go about getting a job. So if your sun is in the 9th house, like I said, what the sun represent? The sun represents higher knowledge, learning, doing this. So what you need to go learn something. Go learn something, or go do something that you could get a lot of wisdom on, and the universe will put you in situations where you will become to have a job surrounding what you learned, or something like that, or you teach somebody something and you get paid for that, or something like that. This is the way how you would get a job, and vice versa. If you're trying to get a job, which is the 6th house, which is routine, daily routine, health, and the ability to go out and do every day for a practical cause. If your sun was in the 11th house, which is, what's the 11th house? Communication, independence, high thoughts, intellectual thoughts, and stuff like that. So if you want to get a job, and your sun is in the 11th house, shine the 11th house on the 6th house, which represents job. Which if your sun, which you would be in Aquarius, if your sun, you might not though, but that's the 11th house, the Aquarius house. If your sun was in that house, then what you need to do is get it, and depending on what sign is in the 11th house, like you might have Cancer or whatever, this is the way you need to go about communicating and getting into thought processes on how to get a job, and that's how you would get it. It's like I can get into details, but this is just a little secret right now. I don't want this video to be too long. Use your sun house placement to shine light on whatever you're trying to do. Whatever you're trying to do gonna fall into one of these houses. So whatever house it falls in, use the house that your sun is in to illuminate the light on there, and the doors will open up for you. You know what I'm saying? FlightBoss, bitch, you know, for sure.